Good afternoon, everyone. I'm highly excited to be here this afternoon. At FlexiSAF, we are highly passionate about reinventing learning, reinventing education, and that's why we support events like this. We are highly excited about the Tech Cabal Town Hall meeting because the conversation must continue. Education, it's really important. It's key for us to make change in Nigeria. And technology is one of the ways. This is obvious, right? So I would like to talk about the future of learning and technology. Technology, it's the embodiment of human creativity in the world. Take a moment and think about this. When mankind found about fire and that he can use fire to cook food, that was really revolutionary. That was highly, it was a great invention. Think about that. Before we started cooking, we basically chew all the time. So technology has been happening over time. But what makes it different today? In the last 50 years, the rapid of technological development, it's very, very fast. When Gordon Moore found about his Moore's law, and he predicted that in every 12 to 18 months, the speed of technology, the speed of microprocessor will double, and the cost will keep coming down. That's when we've started seeing this real, this rapid development. So if you think about it, in those days, most of the human beings, they were born and they die without rapid change in technology because it's slow. But you and I will agree that in the last 20 years, the kind of, the technology advancement we are seeing, the speed of internet. Last week, MTN, did a demo of the 5G technology. This is going to be like 100 times, faster than, the speed of internet that we have now. And of course, the cost will keep, coming down. So are we really, really ready, for this fast, rapid change in technology? And how developed, are our educational system? How are we preparing the 6 million babies we born every year in Nigeria to meet up with these global challenges? It's really, really crazy if you think about it. So, education and technology is the way forward. Now, I used to say the solution to Nigeria's power is, technological advancement. We will probably not be able to do anything until it catches up with us. Just like the telecom industry, right? Did Nigeria really, innovate or invent? It caught up with us. And now, smartphone, mobile phones is everywhere. Internet has become ubiquitous. It's now a household, utility. And that's where we are going. And technology can help us leapfrog if we think about the future of learning. So talking about learning and education, how quickly can we, cope? How can we leapfrog, right? So now the Generation Z or the millennials, they want to quickly, because they have a lot of information, what they want is, I want to learn what I need now. So is that what we think about education now? So we need to really move fast and identify and focus on those things that the kids need. And artificial intelligence, machine learning, these are the trends, the technology that will help us identify these skills. Also, I used to say in the future, most of the kids will have to go to a museum to be able to see handwriting on a paper. But our mindset today, I've met a number of educators and parents, and they say, no, I want my child to practice writing. But that's the reality. In the next 10 years, 20 years, it's going to be very, very rare to write. You use your mobile phone for everything. So is that how we think about technology? Are we ready to move at that speed of light? Are we ready to leapfrog to catch up with the world? Or we want to hold on to our traditional ways of doing things? Also, our method of learning now is where we have this fixed time, like you have term academic sessions, and then you have these peers, age group students moving, at the same time, the same speed. Then some will pass with distinction, some will pass maybe with a D, and next year you say, okay, all of you move to primary 2. So what happens to that child that was able to pass with a D, the gap in knowledge, that he has? What happens to him? If we take example, maths, right, and he has these gaps, because he can't now cope with the new things, he becomes the biggest hater of maths in his life. And not because he can't do it, but because that's the education system, right, that we are forcing on them. So, with technology, we can change that variable where the time is no longer fixed, but the learning is what is fixed. You remain on a concept until you get it. That's what we call personalized learning. And for us to achieve it with traditional learning, it means you need a 1-to-1 teacher-to-student ratio. But with technology, you can be able to do that. Now students can watch videos, they can pause, they can rewind, and when they come to the classroom, there's enough time for interactivity, for project-based learning, and so on. So you need to really think about this, that technology is moving really, really fast. And now we have, the nanotechnology. And what we may be able to witness in the future will be far, far, beyond the Moore's law. It could be 10 times or more. So how prepared are we for the future? Thank you very much.